Some time ago, not too long ago actually, when we talked of literacy, we talked of the 3 R's only, which was reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those 3 R's have gone. Today, focusing only on those 3 R's will not help our students. Literacy today is more than simply being able to read, being able to write, and being able to do simple quantitative skills. Today we talk of cultural literacy. Are you aware of your culture and the culture of others in a globalized society? It's important to be aware of what other cultures do and look at the similarities between the two, look at the differences between the two, and then see how you can make your adjustments. Scientific literacy, with the development of knowledge, technology, and science. Science is growing. Science is developing. Medicine has gone a long way in extending human life. How does that impact? And that literacy is important as well. Computer literacy, technological literacy is important too. We see changes from the room-sized computers to the PCs, to the laptops, to palm tops, to smartphones, and all that. All that technology has to be used by students for their benefit. If they can't use it, if they can't use new technology, they're going to be left behind, because in the workforce, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years down the line, they will be required to know that technology. Electronic and media technology. We are not just limited to print. So electronic media technology is also important. And what does that do? How does it affect life? How does it affect what happens to us when something happens in another part of the world? That is important. And of course, information literacy. We are bombarded with information. How much of that information do we really need? How much of that information can we really use? Do we need all the new information is critical. And in all honesty, we don't need all the new information. Then schools as agents of change. If all this literacy has to be taught, it has to come down to the school level. And therefore, schools have to be agents of change. So, dealing with diversity, because students will not all be the same. They cannot all be the same. They will be different. How do you deal with that diversity? Diversity of culture, and today, the impact of globalization. We know what's happening halfway around the world, 360 degrees around the world in a jiffy, and therefore it is important to be aware of this globalizing trend. Race, class, and gender, your geographical background, your gender, what does that have to do with the role you play in schools, in classrooms, in education? And how do schools deal with that? We do have co-education. We have separate institutes for boys. We also have separate institutes for girls. What is good? What is not good? Should we separate them? All these kinds of things need to be answered, keeping in mind our culture, our traditions, our religion, our background, our current geographical position, and other elements like that. Has knowledge grown? Of course it has. Think of when you went to school, maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and think of what you're teaching students today. It is not the same. The quantity has increased. Not sure about the quality, but certainly the quantity of material that a teacher is expected to teach in a class today in a particular grade level, in a subject area, has increased. And that will keep on happening. Knowledge will increase as new information is created. Knowledge will grow. What knowledge is of most worth to our students? All the information is not needed by anyone. How much of that new information are we going to give to our students? And because of the growth of knowledge, knowledge has been organized into subjects. This is English, this is chemistry, this is biology, this is biochemistry, this is biophysics, this is physics, this is math, and so on and so forth. We've put them into subjects so that students who have a particular trend can pick and choose the areas they would like to study, and you don't need all the information all the time. So we have to now help students understand what areas of knowledge are good for them, will help them based on what they want to do in their future life.